Welcome everybody to ProMatrixPlus. Uh, Today is Wednesday. It's June 12th. It was a beautiful day for us down here in the South. I hope everybody had a wonderful day, evening, wherever you are in the world. We want to welcome you to the webinar. Myself and Steve Hoffman will be presenting ProMatrixPlus, and we want to thank obviously the members that are here tonight as well as guests. Again, we're thrilled to be here. You know, ProMatrix Plus is just on fire. We've got folks from all over the world that have come in. They like what they see. They're really enjoying it, and we're really already changing lives. So we're really, really excited about that. About 5 or 6 months ago, I actually had a conversation with a lovely, lovely woman. I've known her for a long time, and she had an idea that she thought would something that would be accessible to everybody, and that's worldwide. And so for the folks that are in countries where they can't always afford to do something online, we tried to create something, we feel we did, that's going to complement everybody. And so we created ProMatrix Plus, myself, Mike, and Bob, and we're really thrilled about it. So before I go on too much here, we were a little bit behind. It's always my great pleasure. Steve Hoffman been in the industry for over 35 years. He actually has created this beautiful presentation that you're about to see. He's our top leader in ProMatrix Plus, and he donates his time week in and week out, not just on the presentations on these webinars, but also in the chat rooms and Facebook. He helps everybody, and we are just so blessed to have him as part of ProMatrix Plus. So Steve, are you there?
Yes, Roberta, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Oh, fantastic here. It's been a really good day. As this opportunity grows, I see the excitement. I like to market on the internet. And one of the reasons why I'm here, I'm a member like everybody that's on this webinar right now. And some of you are guests seeing it for the first time. What got my attention as a business owner was how hands-on Roberta and the other owners are, where you can communicate with them on a webinar like today, and you can also ask questions. So it's really nice to be able to get into something like this that's so refreshing and different than what's out there. You don't see this where the owners are there in the Skype chat room, which Roberta just mentioned. You can join, be part of that, ask your questions there. They get back to you with support tickets. It's just so amazing how different this is than other opportunities. And that's one of the reasons why I'm here. Another reason why I'm here is because how much it costs to get started. We're going to get to that very soon. I'm not going to lead in too much, but it's affordable for everyone in the world. And speaking of the world, let's take a look who can do this opportunity. Really, anybody, North, South, Central America, Australia, Africa, Europe, Asia, all the continents, everywhere. There's just no restrictions. You can get into this opportunity and possibly change your life. Now, it's not just about making money, it's also about becoming better at what we do. Maybe if you're in sales or in insurance, you could be in auto sales, real estate, whatever it may be, or online, a business opportunity. And that's a big plus because our products are geared toward that. And Roberta, why don't you tell us a little bit about these products?
Oh, I would love to, Steve. You know, you can have a great group of people, and of course that's very important, but you also got to have really good products. And ProMatrix Plus has, a ton of products. And what we really love about these products is you're going to be able to use the products to grow your business, not just with ProMatrix Plus, but also with any other business opportunity that you might have. We understand that networkers have multi streams of income. I mean, that's almost so important online, and most of you folks that are veterans online know that. So our first product is called publicsnaps.com. Folks, this is going to increase your online social presence. It's going to help you pull the good from the bad, some of the folks you may or may not want to deal with. This is really going to help you socially. You can use it in connection to Digs, Facebook, Google Plus, LinkedIn, Twitter, StumbleUpon, YouTube. You can use this product to really, once again, to increase your online social presence. And social networking is really the way to go, and Steve will get into that later. We also have advertise with us. Again, we get that people have more than one business opportunity. We welcome that. We think that's great. So you're going to be able to, once you join ProMatrix Plus, you're going to be able to advertise whatever it is you're doing, whether it's online or offline. It doesn't matter if you have another business opportunity that's online or you sell cars for a living. It doesn't matter. You're going to be able to advertise that and put with us and put it in front of, 8,000 people. What better place to advertise than to other people that are doing the same thing you're doing? Now, you're going to receive 3 text ads, 3 banner ads, and 3 login ads. And folks, these are all on a rotator that's to infinity. When you become a member, you don't have to update or upgrade this each month. This is one time when you come in. That's it. You're going to pay once, and this is going to be on a constant rotator. We also have what's called Facebook Secrets. Now, they have over 500 million people on Facebook. And guys, a lot of these people, the percentage is very, very big of the people that are on there looking to be able to find a supplemental income or to replace their income. Some of the folks that are retired, it's just not quite enough. There are just so many people on Facebook, and these videos are going to teach us how to use it smart. I mean, I've been on Facebook a long time and I've never had much success, but these videos really teach us how to use it. We also have what's called Internet Marketing Tutorial Madness. Now, this is over 250 videos, and it's going to teach us how to explode our business online. They're easy to watch, they're fun, they're down to earth, and again, over 250, which is 2,000 plus minutes. All of this, folks, for one time out of pocket, guys, $27.50. You're also going to get a position on a matrix, and you're going to understand that in just a minute when Steve and I get into that. But right now, I'm going to hand it back to Steve.
All right, thanks, Roberta. Now we're going to get into the actual building of the network. Starting off with a matrix. This is what we call a 2x2 forced matrix cycler. A lot of information in just one phrase. And what that means is you, and there are 2 rows. On your first row, there are 2 people. On your second row, there are 4 people. And that is it, a total of 6 people. And you and those 6 people can really build it all the way through what you're going to see in this opportunity. Now, if you have more, you're going to probably make more. But the way this works is it's a matrix, you and 6 other people, 2 rows. As people come into the opportunity, they're going to be closest to you on the left. The computer puts them there. You don't have to do anything. It's not manual. The computer does it. There's no balancing to worry about. It's always leveled off, so that makes it easier for you. Plus, you make more money, which is so important. So that's the work that's done for you. Now, what we're going to do now is turn it back to Roberta because she's going to get into some other exciting features of this program. Roberta.
Right, Steve. We like to say that, and for those of you again that have been involved in a cycler or a board or a matrix, you understand that there are some difficulties in building in a typical matrix. So what we've done is we've taken the best of what another business or a few other business opportunities that are similar, they like to offer one kind of special thing that's going to attract people. We feel like we've taken the best of these and put them all in one place. This is not just a 2x2 forced, but it's also a follow your sponsor, which is great. Whoever brought you in, you're going to follow them, and whoever you bring in is going to follow you. But these matrices are also non-splitting, and that's critical and very, very important, especially for folks that have a hard time sponsoring or recruiting. Your typical networker that might be new online, for example, might only be able to get 2 people to come in. So this is critical for somebody like that, because these matrices, and when you see them, when Steve goes a little further in the slideshow, you'll see what I mean by these boards, just they don't split. So one half of the board goes one way and the other half goes the other way. When that bottom, we call it the pay line, when that fills, typically the the matrix is split and one part goes one way. These don't split, guys. Leaders and folks, again, that have been online a long time and understand how these work, love a no splitting matrix. We also have our spillover. Steve's going to get into that to give us more clarity. That's like the biggest question that we all get. How does it work? How, are people really getting spillover? And Steve's going to give you an idea of just how great our spillover feature is. Now, this is also a no qualification opportunity. Now, what that means is we certainly do not want to promote that you don't go out and help your team and help your downline and so forth. Just sit there and wait and hope you cycle. Guys, you got to get out there and do this. So by no qualification, what that means is, let's say you are having a difficult time and you haven't gotten anybody in. That's okay. If you happen to get spillover and you cycle, you're going to get paid. Guys, in a lot of these other business opportunities, if you don't bring in two, you're going to get jumped. You're not going to earn. They're not going to allow you to earn. So in ProMatrixPlus, we don't want to penalize people for learning the internet or to learn how to market. They're trying to go over all our products to get themselves going. We're not going to punish you for that. We're going to, the software is allowing folks to earn even if they haven't introduced anybody to ProMatrixPlus. So we're proud of that. But again, can't stress enough, don't sit back, guys. This is a great opportunity for you to really get somewhere quick. Steve?
All right. Yes, it sure is, Roberta. Now, one thing I want to get to, we're going to get right into building it a little bit further, but specifically for you, how it works and your matrix. Now, how many of you are guilty of this phrase? Well, I'm not good at referring, or I'm not good at sponsoring people, or I just can't recruit people. That's not me. Well, you know what? It really is. And let me give you an example I like to do on every webinar. Most of us have gone to a movie theater or a restaurant, either one of those. And if you go to a movie and you like the movie, don't you tell your friends, oh, you need to see this movie. It was amazing. What did you just do? You referred somebody to the movie theater. Or you go to a restaurant and the food's great and you tell your friends, you got to go to this place. It's amazing. Steve's place has the best pizza in the world. You got to go there. What did you just do? You referred somebody there. And how much did that movie theater and restaurant pay you? Nothing. See, we are born to refer. And what do I mean by that? We're born salespeople, and through learned behavior and through experiences, we learn not to do it for some reason. I don't know why. An example, you're a baby, you have 100 people in a room. Who's going to get the most attention? The baby. The baby gets everything they want. They just cry and that's it. Now, I'm not asking you to go out there and cry to people, but it's to prove a point. We all can get what we want. We can all refer people if it's good and you like it. That is the key. So let's talk about building the opportunity. You have two rows, which we discussed earlier. Row one, which consists of two people, you and one and two. That's it. Now, who can bring in these two people? Well, let's take a close look. You can bring them in. Your upline, the person that sponsored you, can bring them in, and the person that brought them in. In fact, everybody above you in your line all the way to the top can help fill your rows one and two because the computer's looking for the next available position to the left closest to the top. So all these people are responsible for one and two. Now, if you do it, it's going to get there much quicker. Then you've got row two, and row two are positions 3 through 6, which is your four people. Now, in a lot of matrices, this is referred to as the pay line. And when you cycle, 3 and 4 go one way, 5 and 6 go another way. You lose 3 and 4, and you know what? 3 and 4 may have the best people, and you lose out. In ProMatrixPlus, all these people in your matrix follow you. We're going to touch on that a little bit later on another slide. So they stay with you. They don't split. And that's why this is so important to know. Now, in row two, who can fill row two? Well, pretty much the same as row one. You can do it. Your upline can do it. Their upline can do it. And the people in row one, you actually have another row of people, two more people that can help fill row two. And a lot of times that's where it comes from because they have friends that want to get in. It is that simple. And you know what? What did you just do? There's the ProMatrix cycler. You just cycled. And when you cycle, you get paid. It is that simple. You have everybody above you and below you trying to fill these six positions. And the sooner you do it, the sooner you're going to get paid. And it goes over and over and over again. Now, in this opportunity, there are two phases, phase one and phase two. Phase one has 4 levels. Phase two has 8 levels. So every time you cycle, not only do you complete that matrix you created, but something else is going to happen. Let's look at this. In level one, you're going to get paid 25 commissions. So technically, you almost got your money back. Then you're going to get an upgrade to level two, a brand new matrix with 6 positions in a level two, and that has a higher commission, which you're going to see in a few seconds. But you also get a new level one. Why do you get a new level one? Because you just filled your first matrix. So you're going to need a second matrix for the new people to come in because you may have a seventh person to bring in, or there may be spillover. Where are they going to go? They're going to go in matrix two for level one. So you're getting a new level one matrix and an upgrade to another level two matrix. So now you have two of these going at the same time. To make it easy to understand, and we're only going to talk about it for level one. When you cycle level one, what you're really getting is $100. 25 is going to you as commission. Another 25 is for that new level one, and 50 is for that upgrade to level two. But there's no out-of-pocket expense. There's only a one-time out-of-pocket expense of $27.50. The rest comes from your commission. So let's talk about what happens after this. Roberto, what goes on with level two?
Right, Steve. Level two, when we cycle, we're going to get paid $60 cash into our e-wallet. Plus, we're going to get that upgrade to level three. And we're going to start a brand new level two matrix. So here you can see how fast it's growing. And remember, there's always reentry in phase one. Every time you complete a level one, level two, whatever, you're always going to be starting a brand new one. So this is perpetual. Steve, what about level three?
Level three is another increase. It's the same amount of work with the same people, 6 people, in level two, and you get paid around on level three. You get $100 commission that goes to you. You also get a upgrade to level four and a new level three matrix because the people that are in your level two follow you. Remember, only new people go into level one. Level two and above, and all the other levels are the people already in the opportunity. When they cycle, they move up into your level two. When they cycle, they move up into your level three. So it's the same people, which means a lot less people. Roberta, now it starts getting pretty exciting, doesn't it, at level four?
It sure does, Steve. By the time we get to level four and cycle, we'll have been paid $360 cash into our e-wallet. You're going to get that upgrade into phase two, which is real exciting. And we're also going to get the obvious re-entry into level four. So folks, just bear in mind, more people are coming in. They're getting on your level one matrix and following you again to level two, level three, and up to level four. And as Steve gets in, we get a little bit further into the webinar. He actually does, he shows you basically real time from basically his own back office how in some cases some folks are cycling just by spillover, and that's very, very exciting. So yeah, level four, $360 cash when you cycle, upgrade to phase two, level one, and the re-entry into level four. So Steve, what about phase two? This is where it gets really exciting.
Yeah, the money really starts taking off in phase two. Again, the same $27.50. So now we have 8 new levels, starting off with one. Keep in mind, phase one is still going over and over again. This is like getting a new opportunity added on at the same time, like doing 2 opportunities at the same time. But it's one opportunity, one entry fee. When you cycle level one, though, it's like paying your way to get back in. So there will be no commission. This is the only level where there's no commission, but there's also no out of pocket expense. And you're going to get an upgrade to level two. So now you're moving up. And Roberta, at level two, we do see an increase, don't we?
We sure do, Steve. When we cycle from the level two matrix, which, guys, it's always a 2 by 2. It's only always 6 people coming on your matrix. We're going to earn $500 cash into our e-wallet, and we're going to get that upgrade to level 3. And of course, always bear in mind, phase 1, levels 1 through 4 is spinning round and around and around. So bear that in mind, that while you're on phase 2, phase 1 is still working for you. Now, what about level 3 here, Steve? It gets a little bit better.
This is where it changes and we go into the 4 digit area. We double it to $1,000. That's your commission. 1,000 plus an upgrade to level 4. Roberta, now I know this is the big one, isn't it? Level 4.
It certainly is, Steve. We go from 1,000 on level 3. Are you ready, guys? $10,000 when you cycle from level 4 in phase 2. Now that's $10,000 in addition to the 500, in addition to the 1,000. So you can see what you've already earned, and we're only on level 4, and we're also going to get that upgrade to level 5. Steve, level 5 gets a little crazy.
Yeah, it does, and it's taking off quickly at this point. It's $15,000. That's your commission, and that's in addition to the 10,000 you had. So if you add those two together, that's $25,000 for $27.50. Come on, this is like a no-brainer. I saw this, and I saw the support and the ownership. I had to get in. I just had to. Roberto, level 6, another big jump, isn't it?
It's a huge jump. We go from 15,000 now. Level 6 is going to pay $25,000 cash into your e-wallet when you cycle this level, folks, plus the upgrade to level 7. And again, bear in mind, the 25,000 is in addition to the levels before this. And phase 1, spinning around and around. Steve, what about level 7?
Level 7 is another 100% increase, $50,000 in your e-wallet, and an upgrade to level 8. On your screen right now, you see levels 5, 6, and 7 paying out $90,000. But I want to tell you one thing. When you hit level 7, you may be cycling level 5 every six, it could be eventually every 6 weeks as you get going. But what's happening in phase 1, all those phases in level 1 are cycling maybe per day at this point. You could be cycling 2, 3, or 4 of those levels per day, and level 1 3 or 4 times a day. So it's not just what you see on your screen. Now, when we get to level 8, it's so big we can't fit it on the screen, right, Roberta?
That's right. We got to go to the next screen, guys. Put your seatbelts on, because when you've cycled off level 8, the payout on this, guys, is $1 million. $1 million. And this is, again, a one-time out-of-pocket $27.50. And it's always our goal. I say this every webinar, and I'm so proud to say it, that it's our goal to make as many millionaires in the year 2013 as possible. And the only thing that happens on level 8, you're going to get the re-entry back into phase 2 level 1, and $150 is going to be deducted from your $1 million cycle. A lot of folks would be thrilled if the ProMatrixPlus said, well, we're going to take $5,000 out of your 1 million to re-enter you back into phase 2. So it's $150, folks, is going to be deducted. You're going to get to start phase 2 level 1 and start that process all over again. So we're really, really pleased and proud, and we love the reactions, of course, that we're getting from so many people online. People are so excited about this, and obviously so are we. So Steve, back to you.
Yeah, and it's a follow me. It's the same people follow you through all these levels, so it does make it easy. Now let's get into some of the features. And the biggest question people always have, they hear there's spillover. I'm going to show you proof of spillover, but they say, what is it? I hear it all the time, and I never see it in the opportunity, but they say it's there. Well, in this matrix, it's a force matrix. You don't start on the bottom row, which is the pay line. You start at the top. It's you at the top, and we're all building it together, which makes it exciting. So here's you, and you have two people that just came in maybe 15 minutes ago. You brought them in 15 minutes ago, and they're excited. and they're still learning it. They haven't talked to anybody yet, so they have nobody to bring in because you just told them. But you have somebody to bring in because you have a third person that you talk to. And where's this third person going to go? Well, on your first row, you see two people. Let's say it's Joe and Mary. And where's the third person going to go? Well, we have this third person. It's going to go under Joe because the next position is the next row to the left. It always goes to the left and to the right. So we've got Joe here. And then you have a third person. We're going to say it's Bob. And Bob's going to come into this opportunity, and Bob's going to fall under Joe. Why? Because that's the next available position. So you brought in Bob. You got credit for Bob. Bob appears on your row two. But doesn't Joe have a matrix where he's on the top? Well, Bob is going to appear on Joe's row one. So you're both getting credit in that spillover. So nobody gets held back. If somebody's a producer, they don't get slowed down like people say, well, if I bring somebody and they don't do anything, because we know there's no such thing as an opportunity where 100% of the people are going to work it. In this opportunity, you don't have to worry about getting slowed down. Everybody works together for that same common goal. So that's spillover. Pretty simple. There's also a training video that you can be able to watch that goes into a little more detail. Then there's something that I call direct cloning. Now, what is direct cloning? Well, every time you cycle in level one, we talked about it, you get a new level two. You get that upgrade, but you also get a new level one matrix for the people 7 and on, the next group of 6, 7 through 12, because there needs to be a place. You filled one matrix, so you're getting another matrix. The next thing that happens is you're going to create a new position and matrix underneath you. That new level one matrix, which is called matrix 2, level 1, that's underneath you. Kind of strange, isn't it? Which means you just sponsored yourself. That's it. That's the only way to put it. Now, if you have a new matrix underneath you, you just sponsored yourself. I haven't seen it anywhere else. Didn't even know what to call it. I came up with direct cloning. Anyone new coming onto your matrix we're going to fill that position. Okay, so all the new people that are coming in will fill that matrix. When that matrix is full, we all know what happens. You cycle and you get paid. You also follow yourself into your level 2 matrix, which you're going to see when we show you the back office. Now, downline cloning, if you can do it, so can your team. All right, you got this group of people here, and you got Mary. This is Mary. She's on maybe my row one, but she's also on the top of her row two. So let's talk about it. Mary's goal is to build a team. She brings in her row one, maybe with help from people above her, and then she brings in her row two. And these people are all here trying to help themselves to get out of trouble. They need to make money. You know, a lot of people aren't satisfied with their income, so they're looking for something part time. So when this happens, what did they do? There's the ProMatrix cycler again. Mary cycled because she has 6 people. And when Mary cycles, what happens? Well, she clones herself and she gets a new matrix in level 1, doesn't she? And this position is under Mary. She just sponsored herself. Now, this is amazing. There's also training on this as well that we get a little more specific and more detailed so you can better understand it, because some of you are seeing this for the first time, but it does exist. Then you've heard us talk about the Follow Me program. This is you, and you have Mary. You brought Mary in. And every time a person you've sponsored cycles, they follow you onto your next matrix. Very, very simple. So this follow me system is working on all the levels, okay? Phase one. And when they finish phase one, they're going to follow you into phase two. It's the same group of people. And every time you get a new matrix on level one, all those people follow you all the way through. You get a third matrix in level one, they follow you, which means a lot less people. So as you move up into your level 2 matrix, when Mary cycles, guess what? She falls right behind you and she fills one of those spots in your level 2 matrix. And then when you have 6 people from all your matrices in level 1 filling in your level 2, or maybe you get spill over, guess what happens? You cycle level 2. It's that simple. Want to turn it back to Roberta right now. She's going to talk about how to get started. Roberta.
Right, Steve. It's pretty easy, guys. We have a few different ways for people to get into ProMatrix Plus. We have Payza, We have Solid Trust Pay, and we also have Perfect Money, and we also accept credit cards, Visa, MasterCard. Now, if you're going to choose that option, a lot of people do, you're going to want to choose Solid Trust Pay. Okay, when you come in and you've joined and you need to activate, you're going to see a red message at the top when you log into your back office. You just click on that, and it's going to say, come on, let's go. And you'll go to the next screen. It's going to ask you how you want to pay. So again, you can choose Payza, STP, or Perfect Money. Now, with the Visa or MasterCard, you don't need a Solid Trust Pay account. Okay, Solid Trust Pay is when you choose that, and you'll see when you choose Solid Trust Pay because you want to use a credit card, it'll take you to two options. You either use, if you have a Solid Trust Pay account and you have the funds available, that's going to click right through, you pay, bang, bang, boom, you're done. With the credit or debit card transaction, they're going, Solid Trust Pay is actually going to collect the money from your bank. Okay, they're a third party. We have a merchant account with them, but they are a third party. So that typically takes 24 to 72 hours. Now, it's rare that it takes that long, 72 hours, but it can. So what I need folks to do, because I do answer and attend to all the support tickets, wait 24 hours before you send in a ticket, a support ticket, because here's what's going to happen. When you use a debit or a credit card, Solid Trust Pay is going to send you a receipt, and that's got what they call the Solid Trust Pay transaction number. Right now, guys, that's starting with the number 2. Okay, I need that number, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that transaction number and reference it over in our Solid Trust Pay account, and it's going to say one of three things. It's either done, yay, you're going to get activated, or 2, it'll say pending, in which case we need to wait, guys. We just do. It's protocol. It's how we're doing this. And 3, decline. Now, decline doesn't mean, oh, this person is, using a credit card that's maxed out or they don't have it. No, most of the time, guys, all that means is your bank or your credit card company sees an online pay processor, and that's a red flag. Not all of them do it, but we have seen them decline. So what you want to do is just call your credit card or your bank, the company, and say it's okay, I approve this, but wait 24 hours, guys, because it does take 12 to 24 hours typically is when they clear. Send in that transaction ID or transaction number from Solid Trust Pay in a support ticket, and then I'll go over, see it's done. I'll come back in. I've got your ID number right in front of me. I'm going to go right into the database, find you, and activate your account. That's a manual activation, guys, and it only applies when we're doing the credit and or debit transaction. If you're using funds that are already in an account, an STP or a Payza, it's automatic. You go through the motions, click, click, click. It redirects you back. You've paid. You're on a matrix. You got your back office. So that obviously works a little bit better when you got folks that are waiting to join under you, which is my next really important for you to listen to. Do not sponsor anyone until your account is activated. So if you're going to use a credit card, by all means, use it. Most people do, to be honest. But understand that if you're going to send your referral link out to a group of people and you've got 5 people that have the funds already available to them in Solid Trust Pay because they already have an account with Solid Trust Pay or Payza or Perfect Money, they're going to be activated and the software is going to go, I don't see their sponsor. Guess what's going to happen? That member who you worked really hard for is going to go to your upline. So don't sponsor anyone. Just be patient, especially for you folks that have a group that's ready to come in. Have them wait until your link and your back office and your referral link is active. Otherwise, you're going to lose them. So Steve, back to you.
All right, yeah, that's so important that you follow those instructions. Now we have something called PIF. You'll hear us saying PIF quite a bit once you're in the opportunity, and it stands for Pay It Forward. Now, what does that mean? Well, when you log into your dashboard, you're going to see in the finance link right here a drop down box. And when you see drop down box there, that drop down box, there'll be something called pay it forward. It actually just disappeared on me here. And it looks like this. You're going to see that pay it forward link right there. That is a link. And what does that pay it forward do? Well, Roberta's going to get into a little more detail, but I'm going to generalize it to get you going. And basically, what it does, it allows you to pay for somebody else to come in the opportunity. The portion I'm going to cover here is you may have a friend. They want to get started today, but they don't have the money. They're going to get paid in a week or two. So you can pay it forward for them to get them started. And as simple as that, through your back office, you select their name, make sure that they're sponsored by you when they sign up, and Roberta's going to cover that, and you just pay their way in. Now, the beauty of this is once they cycle, they're going to have a commission, and they can transfer those funds right back to you unless you want to give it as a gift. It could be a friend, it could be a nonprofit organization, which I just did a couple days ago. It can be done the same way. Now, Roberta, how about this other type of PIP that we can use? Why don't you give us some info on that?
Right. We have Bob, one of the owners, that does nothing but advertise ProMatrix Plus all over the internet. And what that does, guys, is it brings a lot of people when they come to the main website, which is what's being advertised, and they click, yeah, I'm going to join this. Well, what's going to happen is they're going to fall under sponsored by admin. Now you can see right here on the screen, Anita PMP, she's sponsored by admin. Well, she's got an ID number. So guess what? These are there's a lot of these. When you drop that where those arrows are all the way to the right, you can see those that's clickable, and it'll drop down quite a list. So what you want to do, let's say for example, you are having a little bit of a difficult time sponsoring. Guys, we've all been there. Um, so choose a few people if you want. Choose one person if you want. You want to get yourself started. Find one of the members in this Pay It Forward list. It's sponsored by admin. Write their ID number down. In this case, it's number 2701. Okay, you want to write that down, and you want to send in a ticket and say, I want to pay it forward. So what happens is I'll open up that support ticket. I'm going to see that you've chosen Anita. I've got her ID number. I'm going to go into the database, and I'm going to change sponsored by admin to your ID. Now, guys, do not just choose people randomly off that list and pay it forward. Because if I don't change, if I don't change sponsored by to you, and we can only use admin people, you can't just pick anybody if they're under a regular member in ProMatrix Plus. We certainly can't take people away from people. We can only do this in this case for an admin sponsored. So write it down, send in a ticket. I'm going to change the sponsorship from admin to you, and I'm going to reply back to your ticket, all set, good to go. Make sure when you go back into the Pay It Forward list, you drop the box down, you find Anita 2701. Oh, look, it's done. Sponsored by, Joe Black, whatever the case is, whoever you are. And what you're going to do is you're going to click on that. You're going to click on that right there where it says Anita PMP, sponsored by admin. You'll be able to hover over that and actually click on it. Now, there's a couple of different ways you can do this. Say, for example, you've cycled and you've got $25 sitting back there. Well, you can use those funds, and it'll ask you if you've got the funds. That's the first option. Do you want to use your existing funds? So you want to choose that, choose it. If you want to hang on to your funds, that's fine. You want to use your credit card again through STP, be our guest. But you can use any of the forms of payment, which would be Payza, STP, Perfect Money, and again, if you have existing funds. Now, if you have existing funds, there's not going to be the processing fee, which is $2.50. So it's just a straight $25. If you use the other method, of course, it's $27.50. But again, it's very critical. We've had a few people go right in. All they hear for some odd reason is, hey, I can sponsor an admin person. They think because they do it, it's going to automatically default to them, and it doesn't, guys. I have to manually change the sponsorship to you before you pay. That's very critical, guys, because you'll lose them. They'll follow admin, they won't follow you. So make sure you do that. Just send in that support ticket, wait for me to reply, you're all set. Then you can go ahead and pay for it by all those different methods. So Steve, back to you.
All right. Thank you so much, Roberta. Now, the final slide before we get into the questions is the income disclaimer. And this is done because everybody makes different income. It's based on your efforts or your abilities as well. So some people are going to hit right up and make it big right away. Some people may go a little bit slower. And some of you, believe it or not, as simple as this sounds, you're not going to make anything because there is no perfect opportunity where 100% of the people are getting paid. And we let you know that. Never base your success on somebody else anyway. If you're on this presentation and you were invited by a friend of yours and you're thinking, well, I'm going to let them do it first and see how they do it and maybe I'll get in, that could be the biggest mistake you ever make because they could, or I'm saying rather, you could be better than they are. You could be 10 times better than they are. Or maybe if you do it together, it'll be more fun and you'll figure out how to do it quicker and you keep each other focused and motivated. Because that's a reason why a lot of people don't succeed in network marketing. It's the lack of focus and really just not doing it, being self motivated. It's hard to do that as easy as it may sound. So here you're going to be helping each other. So you have the opportunity to go out there and make a difference, working together as a team. And by doing that, you want to thank them definitely for getting you here. Let them know that you are on this presentation. You want to get started right away, and they'll show you how to do that. You'll get their link. Sign up. Make sure when you sign up, their name shows up, so you're signing up underneath the right person. You know, your computer has cookies, and sometimes you may have looked at the site or somebody else told you about it, and that could come up. You want to make sure their name is there as the person that's sponsoring you. And it's really that simple. Again, thank you for your time. We're going to get into questions in a moment. After the questions, and some of the questions usually tend to lead into training, we'll show you the back office and how all that works. So let's get to your question.